Yes, all right, my dear friend, welcome back to the channel. This is Salon's Blog. Good afternoon to you, wherever you are around the globe. I'm excited to come your way this very day. It is Monday, a new week, preparation towards our match against Liverpool on Sunday, EFL Cup final at Wembley. A lot has started already this week. So many things are going to be happening. Tactical issues are going to be handled. You know, we almost won the game against Manchester City, but we didn't win. And most of us, we are not overexcited because we felt this was a game Chelsea could have won. Even before the match, in my analysis to the game, I said it that Chelsea should win this game 2-1. That was my prediction. I was optimistic that Chelsea has a chance against Manchester City. Looking at our first game we played against them at Stamford Bridge, we drew 4-4, and now we played 1-1. So in the season, Chelsea played 5-5 all with Manchester City, 5 goals each. In one season, the two teams met and they played 5-5. The first one was 4-4, second one was 1-1, right? Yeah, but I was actually optimistic that meeting them in Manchester, in Etihad, that game was for Chelsea to win. Unfortunately, we gave up the opportunity. We dashed them the game. Yeah, it is true. Erling Haaland could have also scored. They could have also scored. Haaland also had some great chances, but he also missed out. Maybe both teams were destined to play 5-5 in the season. Maybe. Because I'm just taking a look at Erling Haaland's positioning and where he touched the ball in the game. You could see it very clearly. He had almost about 9 chances, 9 opportunities. He positioned himself well in Chelsea area, as you can see it on the screen there. Yet he missed out. And on a good day, those positions, Erling Haaland could have been able to score from those places. He could have been able to score from those places. But that also gives credit to our defense. Yeah, because they didn't just let him be. Because of the way they were handling him, that is why he couldn't get the confidence. He didn't get the confidence to shoot clearly or heading the ball because our defense was also doing a great job on him. So credit to our defense as well. As you can see on the screen, that is the enhanced positions of where he touched the ball most. Now, you go to our defender. That really worked on the day also. Axel Disasi. His area of defense. Check it very clearly. So in the second half, that is where Disasi also operated. So you could see clearly that Disasi was also on top of his game. You could see it clearly. So the whole game ended 1-1. But the previous one fought for making it 5-5. Dear friend. All right. Like I promised that we're going to be talking more on Christopher Nkunku and the impact he made when he came on as a substitute. Personally, Christopher did not make much impact when he came on. Maybe the coach shouldn't have even brought him on in the first place. Maybe. His impact was not felt. And I'll give you the reason why. Not every player likes to play this defensive game, especially the way we set up in the second half with 5 defenders, and we brought up additional midfielder to stifle the midfield. That kind of game does not suit Christopher Nkunku. Christopher Nkunku is not the speedy kind of player that can get the ball and run with the ball like Nicholas Jackson or Raheem Sterling. Have you ever seen Christopher Nkunku, sprinting with the ball? I've never seen him sprint with the ball. He's not a sprint type. He's the type that give the ball to him on his feet and let him begin to run with the ball. Let him begin to do magic with the ball. In the box area, he does not from the 18 running with the counter. Not from the center or the field, now begin to sprint with the ball. No, that is not Christopher Nkunku's style. Now, when he came on, from the moment he came on, we began to play defensive game. How do you expect such a player to make an impact? How do you expect Christopher Nkunku to make an impact at the time that he came on? There was no way Christopher could make an impact. If we want Christopher Nkunku to make an impact, even coming in as a substitute, then the game must still be open. Pochettino will have to learn to open up games, even though you are winning. The kind of players you have, the caliber of players you have right now, they are not defensive players. Your attacking midfielders love to go forward with the ball. You brought on Christopher Nkunku and you expect him to make an impact in a defensive game. First and foremost, I said it before and I will say it again. The substitution was what cost Chelsea, or almost cost Chelsea the game. As a matter of fact, if we were to lose that match, it would have been a very painful one. It would have been a very painful defeat. Thank God we ended it up with 1-1. Even though it was a clear game for Chelsea to win in the first half. Christopher Nkunku could not make an impact because we switched from attacking to defensive. And like I said, how long could you defend against Manchester City? You can try it 10 minutes, 15 minutes. In the end, you'll be the loser because they will surely come after you. Well, in conclusion, before I let you go this very hour, my dear friend, Napoli are seriously considering to sack manager Walter Mazzarri ahead of the UEFA Champions League game versus Barcelona this week. I think that this game should be tomorrow, Tuesday. Either Tuesday or Wednesday, the game against Barcelona. Slovakian coach Francesco Kozana has already accepted the job with Marek Hamsik as part of his staff, as per Matt Moretto. So they are about to sack the second coach in the season, Napoli. Maybe by now the decision is already made, but it's not been communicated to him yet, and that is why this is a link. This thing was leaked through Fabrizio Romano. It's a leak. So we expect an announcement pretty soon. Most probably today, Monday, that announcement could be made. Napoli are now fighting to maintain their place in the Champions League. In the Champions League. Even in the Italian league itself, they are struggling. They are struggling under Walter Mazzarri. They are struggling. Yeah. Well, final decision will be made later today, according to sources, according to reports. All right. Dan Ashworth's computer and scouting access has been blocked as of today. Newcastle want £15 million for Ashworth, or else he will be on a 20-month period of gardening leave. Dan Ashworth is one of the directors with Newcastle. Yeah, he's one of the directors in Newcastle, and Manchester United want him. They are trying to lure him out. He has accepted the bid. But then there must be a settlement between Manchester United and Newcastle. As we speak, he's been locked out of his computer system in Newcastle. No more information. You cannot have access to any information in Newcastle. They are waiting on Manchester United to pay £15 million. Then they let him go. Or else, based on the contract, he cannot sign for any other club, even as a manager, a director, or whatever, in any position until after 20 months. That is close to 2 years. So United must pay the 15 million, or the guy will be on what is called gardening leave. You understand it? Yeah, gardening leave. You go to your garden, go and start farming somewhere. Right now, they either pay the 15 million pounds and have him, or the man will be out of job for 15 months. For 20 months, for 20 months. All right? Okay, Chelsea has names on the permanent sale list that include Lukaku and Maatsen. Chelsea has names on the permanent sale list that include Lukaku and Maatsen. There is Chalobah, possibly Cucurella, and Gallagher as well. There are enough other sellable assets that will mean Chelsea will not be forced to bring in a fee for Modric. So, as the summer approaches, the name of possible outgoings in Chelsea, some of the names include Lukaku and Maatsen. There's Trevor Chalobah also, and Cucurella. Cucurella's position, personally, I would like him to stay because even though we have Malo Gusto, we have Rhys James, I would still like to see Cucurella fight for position in that defense. But, well, likewise, Gallagher. Gallagher, personally, I believe that contract will be signed at the end of the day. I believe that contract will be signed at the end of the day. So there will not be any need for them to sell Moidrick at this time, according to the report from Ben Jacobs or Jacob Benz. According to the report from Jacob Benz. All right? Okay. In conclusion, dear friend, Bayern plan to keep going with Thomas Tuchel after internal discussions tonight. Tuchel, I feel the support. I know my relationship with the CEO, Dreesen, and how we work together. He knows how much this situation annoys me and how much we are investing. So for now, Thomas Tuchel's position with the club Bayern Munich is intact. There is no news of him being sacked yet. They are still giving him more grit. That is how it is always. It will look like the board is in support. They know what the challenges you're going through. They know your effort. But at the end of the day, in the supreme interest of the club, a time will come when the CEO will have to make the final decision. In the supreme interest of the club. Sometimes when there's toxicity in the dressing room, when the dressing room is very toxic, the best thing is to let the manager go because you can't sack the players. You can only sack the manager. Once you bring in a new manager, there will be a fresh breath of air. And that is why once a new manager comes in, you see players begin to perform. That is how it is. That is how it is. All right. Breaking news. The same in David Ornstein report, the breaking news. Dan Ashworth has been placed on gardening leave by Newcastle. Yeah, that is how it is. All right. Finally, Frank Libov has spoken about our man of the match player, Axel Disasi. Yeah, this is what he said. Frank Libov said this. He said Axel Disasi was absolute fantastic. But Malo Gusto as well on the right side. Benchiwa in the second half was very good. I wasn't expecting Chelsea at that level. So he wasn't expecting Chelsea at that level to stand boot by boot and face Manchester City. He wasn't expecting that. All right. Paris Saint-Germain have included Marcus Rashford on a short list, of potential replacement for Kylian Mbappe, who last weekend informed the French champions of his decision to leave this summer. So now they are looking at Rashford from the English Premier League, Manchester United player, to replace Kylian Mbappe. He's just on a list, one of those on the list for PSG at this moment. Dear friend, this is what I have for you as at now. Remember, our game against Liverpool is coming up over the weekend, and all preparation this week towards that. I'll bring you more exclusives in some hours to come. See you in the next one when you see me. Shalom and peace.